In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get all 8 of the fragments that you need to open the Dominus store, and inside of the Dominus store, you actually get the stained glass egg. With the stained glass egg, we're thinking this is the disguise that you have to wear in order to get the Dominus. In another location, a lot of people are thinking it's the 2017 egg hunt, but this is the door. It's in Merlin Swamp. We're going to show you how to get all 8 of the fragments here today, and so a lot of these were recorded at different times, but we're going to go through all 8 of them, and then we're going to bring them back here and we're going to put them in the door in the specific areas that they're supposed to be put in there. Click on the door, open the door, and we're going to go get that stained glass egg. Here are how to find at least 4 of the fragments, and then clues to finding kind of 2 of them. But there's a gate in Merlin Swamp that I told you about yesterday in a video. But the gate, it looks like you need 8 different colored fragments. But the first one here in Hard-Boiled City, you go to Cap'n Yards, and then from Cap'n Yards, you want to go out there and go in this corner. And first, I'm just gonna get some of these eggs, of course, and then go to the corner in Cap'n Yards up here above the Egg Society. You can jump up there and then go back here, and then see that window over there. You can go in that window, jump in that window, and then you will find one of the fragments in there. So that is the fragment in Hard-Boiled City, or one of them. If you go to Easterbury Canals, go over to the phone booth. There's a phone booth over here. You want to remember where this is, because I think we use this phone booth more than once. So this is the path to the phone booth. You go in there, you type 2586. You do 2586, and then press the green button twice. Not just once, but twice. 2586, and then press the green button twice, and then the whole thing will turn green. See that? Okay, so now one of the fragments appeared over behind in a different location where the well is. So that's the thing is, the other 2 that I'm going to tell you about in the end, I think I know how to make some of the fragments appear, but I don't know if they're actually appearing, you know, so we'll go over those at the end. But yeah, after you do this one, you go around to the corner where you were, and there is that water well thing, and you're going to jump on top of that little water wheel. See on top of that wheel right there how there's a fragment now? It's not there unless you do the phone booth thing. So you go on top of that, and right on the top of this, you will find a fragment. Okay, so that is, well, at least one of the fragments in Easterbury Canals. Let's go to a different level. Wonderland. Now this one's challenging. Go to where the maze is, and in the back of the maze where all the croquet is, see how there's all those cards? You have to get the numbers for all of those cards and add them up. Also, J is 11, the Jack is 11, the Q for Queen is 12, and the King is 13. So if you see those, but see, we've got all sorts of numbers here. Make sure none of them are hiding. You got to go through, double check, make sure you get every single number, and then you add those together. In my case, it was 207, but in your case, it might be a little different. So a lot of these numbers are different, so you can't just use all the numbers. I know the 2586 works in Easterbury Canals, but once you get all those numbers, add them together. I got 207. Convert them to binary. Go search on Google for a decimal to binary converter, and what I had to get was 011001111, and then there is a row of carrots that if you walk on the carrots, you see they go down and up. If it's down, it's 0, and if it's up, it's 1. So I basically go and step on the carrots, so they say 011001111. Okay, so that is the binary code for what I have. So now you have to go to the big carrot in the back. You go back here behind this house, and there's an opening, and back there on top of the carrot, you get a fragment. So that is the Wonderland fragment. That's one of them so far. Now here in the Undernest, this one is really challenging. It took me a lot of attempts, but mostly because it's up in this really, really hard pedestal that it's kind of hard to get to. If you have an umbrella, that seems like the only way to do it. But see that fragment right up there? You may not see it because there's one of these, it's the really, really small pedal over here. I think you have to jump on that one there in front of me to the left before it'll appear. So then you jump there, and then what you're supposed to do is double jump, glide, and then turn on your umbrella. So it's jump, jump, 1 shift. We found the 5th fragment here in Ruins of Wukong, so when you start out from the spawn, as always, go across the bridge and head over to the temple. Now there's some places that you need to stand. The first place, stand on top of this totem, and you have to stand there for a couple seconds, and then you will hear a chime. It's like ding-ding-ding, and then after you hear that, go to this top step here on the temple, and you want to stand there until you hear that sound as well. Then there's this little hut here with the person next to it with the red shirt. Stand on the very front here where I'm standing, and again, you want to wait for the tone. There's one here around this person as well. This is the location that I stood in where it actually worked. You might have to kind of walk around a little bit before it actually makes the sound, and before you stand in the right spot. And now see this person with the red shirt on right there. As you can see, if I stand in this spot long enough, you'll hear the sound, and boom, see that fragment? The fragment popped up. So this is the 5th fragment. I made a video yesterday showing you guys how to get all of the other 4 fragments. So that is 1 fragment from each level. I think we need 3 more in order to open the Dominus gate. So good luck, everybody, and happy hunting. For this 6th piece, you want to start out in Hardboiled City, and you want to teleport over to the Festival of Eggs. So you go up to the top of the buildings. You can just basically ninja jump between 2 buildings and just climb up, and then go to the Festival of Eggs. So you go to this level, you hop in a plane, and then there's basically 4 things that you need to fly through. There's this diving board here, and then see the little space in between. So go through that, and you will hear a little like ringtone, and then the castle. This castle one can be a pain. Like my plane actually wrecked, but I got the tone before my plane fell apart, so I was good. But yeah, flying through that one, just make sure you get your tone, and then you go over to this Easter basket that's swinging, that little ride. Fly through that, you will get a tone as well. And then there's one last little thing. See this big old egg blimp over here? Next to it is this little gazebo. So you want to go through that gazebo, and then you will hear the little ring again. And then after that, all you have to do is go and collect your fragment. So go over to this circus tent over here, and on top you will find your fragment. You just kind of double jump up there, and you will get that little fragment up at the top. And that is the 6th fragment. A 7th fragment has been found for the Dominus Gate, and it is in Wonderland. So many of us were looking, thinking that there wouldn't be 2 in the same area, but there was. So as soon as you spawn, stick to the right, and then go down here to the right. You know where all those houses are? There's one kind of down low a little bit, and then you can get that thing so that you can shrink. You can also get the cupcake to shrink in the party where the Queen of Hearts is, and then take a right from this area, and then you know that little town where you had to go and feed that bush to that worm thing so you could invite that other person to that party? Yeah, go in there, go in this little town in here, and then as soon as you go in there, you take a left, and you're going to see a little blue house, and then you want to do a dance on top of it. So to dance, you do slash, so it's the slash E space dance. So right here, slash E space dance, you type that, and then you'll hear a diddling, diddling. You actually might hear it a couple times, and then just leave the same way you entered, go out through this door, and then after you leave out this door, just basically head right, just stick to the right, and then you'll find the waterfall. Behind the waterfall, you will find this fragment. This 8th and final fragment can be found in Easterbury Canals. So do what I do here, go and find this boat way in the end over here. So basically what you want to do is you want to get in this boat over here, and then you want to go under like a certain number of the bridges in a certain order. I'm not sure if it actually has to be in a certain order, or you just have to get them in these bridges in this way. So follow this path and go under all of these bridges, and eventually when you go under the last bridge, when you're towards the spawn point, you will hear that sound, that so familiar sound that you get from getting the past few fragments. You will hear the sound, and then there's a fragment that is on top of the, I'm not sure if it's the city hall or what it is, but it's really a pain to get, just to jump up there. But okay, so follow this path that I'm showing you here, and then I'll show you, and I'll come back and talk to you a little bit when we talk about after the fragment is spawned. Under this bridge and this bridge. Now, when you go under this last bridge, you should hear that audible sound, that last bridge that I went under. You should hear the sound. Now, what you want to do is climb on top of this building. If you didn't get the sound, then you didn't do it correctly. You got to go under everything in the right order. But then up here at the very top, you're going to find the fragment. That's where the fragment spawns. See it up there? So yeah, that's the last one. That is the 8th and final fragment. Now, getting up there is a real trick. I spent a good amount of time here just trying to figure out how to get up there and how to use my umbrella to get up higher and to finally get it. But I finally eventually, see, like right up there, I kept missing it. So it's going to take a couple tries to get it, but just keep double jumping, and with patience, see, I eventually got it right there. So that is the right there. There we go. So yeah, that is the 8th fragment, guys. Now it's time to go to the Golden Dominus door. It's the moment of truth, everybody. We're going to go over to the Dominus Gate, and we're going to open it up. Let's go see what is inside of this thing. So first, we're going to Wonderland, and we're heading over to that little teleportation thing so that we can teleport over to Merlin's Swamp. And then from Merlin's Swamp, this is the path to get to the secret hidden door. So you climb up that hill and you find where that yellow mushroom is, and you kind of jump out to the right over the bridge, over where the bridge is, and then you head back here, and then as you can see, you'll go off to the right a little bit, and then there's the hole. Here's the gate, and then you put the cubes. I'm not sure. I mean, I saw Creek doing this in his video, and he looked at a picture. He went off the picture. This is, I'm not sure if it has to be in this order, but this order works. So yellow, white, and then the light blue, and then the red in the corner. Okay, and then on the bottom right, you want to start with the pink, and then the yellow, and then the blue, and then the green. I think I got the wrong blue there. Okay, so it's kind of like a light green. There's the blue one. Now I'm going to come over here and click on the door, and the door is going to open, and wait till you guys see what is inside. This whole time we thought that the Dominus was going to be in here, but as you can see, we go in there, and that is the amazing treasure chests that you have to get. And in order to do the next part, apparently you need what is in the treasure chest. So we're going to talk about what I think this egg is for. They give you a stained glass egg. So that's what your gift is here. I was thinking it was going to be something else, but yeah, this makes the 45th egg that we've gotten for this event. So this stained glass egg, let's talk about it here for a second. So you guys remember the whole Ready Player One, like the very first clue? That didn't seem to make sense at this point. So we're going to take a look at this. It says, there's more to the story in a land called Purgatory, and to enter it would be wise to use this disguise once the fragments are contained. Okay, so you have to get this disguise. I'm pretty sure you have to wear this particular egg, and it sounds like Purgatory might be related to 2017 Egg Hunt. A lot of people are referring to that, so it sounds like there is something through Lumber Tycoon 2 where you have to do something to access a portal that takes you to Egg Hunt 2017, and then you go to the Purgatory level. I don't know, we're going to do it, we're going to find out, and keep your eyes on this channel to figure out how to get the golden wing.